Well guys, we're going to be looking into this Schomberg car today, and we have a couple things to address. So one, the broken spindle. That's easy. We have parts, we've replaced spindles before. This spindle here actually broke with a very light tap. This was the first time this car had been derbied, so I think that it was probably damaged. Steven did drive this car on the road. I believe he hit a frozen raccoon with it once. Maybe it was damaged from that. I never really did inspect it. I just trusted it. It was a road car, never derbied before. Second thing, we got to find out what is going on with the coil packs inside this thing. So we had issues with the coil packs. That was a bad wire that was kind of cut into for the security system. When it got brought out, it was only firing on one coil pack. I kind of think that might be the issue. We're going to check to see if that's the issue or it's just bad overall coil packs. I did get a pretty nasty shock from this coil pack at the Derby, so maybe it's not the wire fix, maybe it's actually the coil packs. So the first things first is we have to get the hood open. As you can see, my socket's not deep enough for that side. I really need to make a super deep 1.25 inch socket. But let's get the hood open and then determine what's wrong with it. I left the hood latch on this car. Why would I do something stupid like that? That's what happens when you build a car and no time to do anything. See if I can pop the hood latch. Oh my goodness. Oh, that ain't gonna be friendly. Well, give me about 2 minutes to figure this out. Okay, we got the hood latch cut off now. Really didn't think that through. Hold on a second. This bar still serves a purpose. This is maybe a 40-pound hood prop. Okay. Oh, this frame is so bent. It's because of this crappy bumper. That's what the issue is. Might have to cut this bumper off and then put a new bumper on because it's just going to destroy these frame rails. Okay, coil packs. Honestly, I'm not really sure what the issue is here. Not sure what the issue is, but I know there's an issue. So we're probably going to change out these coil packs. Let's go see what I got on the shelf for parts. Now, when you have problems like me, when I buy stuff, I'll buy like 15 or 20 of them at a time, because then that way I know I have them. So, last time I was on Rock Auto, they had a sale on coil packs. So there's one brand new coil pack. You know what the honest thing is? I should have done this before the Derby. But sometimes I didn't really think I needed to. I really didn't think I needed to change these coil packs. But we have two brand new coil packs. So let's go put these brand new coil packs onto this car. So we just got off the old coil packs. So what usually lets me know that coil packs are going bad is when they start rusting and splitting down here. But what made this one look really bad, I don't know if you guys, I don't know how to make this camera focus on what I want it to focus on. But inside there you can see one's kind of got a little bit of corrosion. So this one, these are both genuine Toyota plugs, coil packs. So that kind of leads me to believe that this is probably a 97 and this year is 2025. So these are probably pretty damn old. So it's about time they've been replaced. I find the China ones probably last about 2 years, maybe 4 derbies. So we got it all plugged back in. I think it's gonna fire up, so let's see if we can get it to fire up. Make sure she's in park. Hook up the computer. Hook up the fuel pump. Did not fix it. So unfortunately that did not fix it, but my quick test there told me that this one is bad. So we're gonna try replacing that spark plug wire, and that one there is number 3. Let's go grab another spark plug wire and see if that fixes it, and if it does, maybe we'll keep those coil packs as a spare and throw this thing away. Who knows, it could also be a bad plug. Okay, new plug wire. Let's try this. Oh, you know, making these cars run good is pretty much necessity to win a derby. You can have the toughest built car in the world, but if it doesn't run good, you ain't gonna win. I didn't win because it didn't run good. I think that if I had 4 cylinders, I would have done much better than what I did. Still no spark. Sorry, still no fire. I pulled off the new wire, tons of spark. Let's pull this plug and put a new plug in there. So spark plugs do go bad. It's not very common, but they do go bad. Breaking a spark plug inside of a Toyota engine is a horrible job. You gotta pull the valve cover gasket, you gotta pull the tubes. It would add an extra hour to my day, so I really hope I don't break this spark plug off in here. It is a little bit harder with these Solera strut bars on. doesn't look the best. Let's try putting a new one in there. The trick with this one is these spark plug wrenches, once you get that little rubber thing on there, it's extremely hard to get the socket out with the plug still staying in there. So you want to make it so it just kind of, just barely stays on there. It's either all or nothing with this damn thing. That's something I highly recommend investing in if you're going to be running a lot of Toyotas, is a good spark plug wrench. Find the cheap ones, just hold on to the spark plug too much and you can't get the wrench out afterwards. Socket, sorry. So I actually went out to Napa and bought just a one spark plug socket. There we go. Okay, let's try this again. Hopefully this is better now. We've changed wires, coil packs, and now spark plugs. Okay guys, we've done coil packs, didn't fix the problems. We did spark plug wires, didn't fix the problem. We did spark plug, didn't fix the problem. Next thing we're gonna look at is the injector. Looking at it right here, the plug looks a little corroded more than the others. Let's just try to unplug it and see if we got power going to it. But this is getting upsetting.